What's up, guys? Your Alpha is here, back again. How's everybody doing? Welcome back to the channel as always. Hope everybody's well. And today, guys, giving you a little reaction once again. I know you guys, thank you for always tuning in and watching any content that come on the channel. I appreciate that very much. Still working on the road to 20,000 strong pack members. We're getting close to 11,000, so I appreciate that once again. So, with that being said, guys, we're going to watch a video by Marvelous Videos. Link in the description down below, of course. You know these videos, guys. I tend to chop that up. And if you hear any kind of explosions in the back or anything like that, those are idiots out there shooting off fireworks. It's not even the 4th of July yet, but they're idiots. Anyway, we're going to watch 90s great underrated superhero movies that you must watch. With that being said, guys, as you said before, I'm going to chop this video up, so if you want to watch the first one, and trust me, by the time this video go up, you probably should watch that first one. By the time this video go up, I've already ever watched it. But let's do this, right? Alright, so 90s great underrated superhero movies. There should be some good ones on here. Let's do it now. The Guyver. The first Guyver movie. The first one is good, but the second one's better. Dark Hero.
9 stunning but overlooked 90s superhero movies. In the recent past, both Marvel and DC have created some fascinating superhero movies. These movies have set the cash bells jingling at the box office. They all had massive budgets, enriched casts, and the world's best production houses backing them. The status of superhero movies, however, was not always the same. Back in the 90s, superhero movies were usually frowned upon, and very few managed to make it to the big leagues. The superhero movies back then neither had budgetary support, nor did they set the box offices on fire. But that does not take away from the rich content that some of these movies offer.
One of my favorite Japanese
in budget and technicalities, they made up for with their innovative storylines. We have assembled for you some of the finest superhero movies
Iron Monkey
from the 90s.
or Black Mask?
If you have not watched these movies already, it is high time you did, because with their quality content, they
Darkman, classic. Love Darkman.
Hello there, everybody. Before we get into our list, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel and clicking the little bell icon up in the corner to get notifications. This is a small click for you, but means a lot to us. Thank you, and let's begin.
Phantom, the Ghost Who Walks. One of my favorite pulp era heroes.
The Phantom, 1996. The Phantom is a masked vigilante determined to fight crime and injustice. They come from a long line of successive superheroes from Africa. The 21st successor's story brings him to New York for a particular task. A power-hungry businessman who is an evil genius is trying to get his hands on 3 magical skulls that would help him with ultimate power. The Phantom must stop his plans from materializing. But can he? In the era of high-tech special effects, the Phantom might seem
not
to have
a good villain.
little in terms of fancy effect. The movie has clearly defined bad guys and good guys alongside an interesting story. It is more of a comic book adventure coming to life, and is great fun to watch. Billy Zane does a jolly good job as the heroic Phantom. Other actors in the movie, such as Treat Williams, Christy Swanson, and etc., put on decent performances. If you enjoy the good old style of filmmaking, then this movie is sure to appeal to you.
That is, yep. That is Black Mask. Black Mask.
Black Mask, 1996.
I haven't watched this in years.
Either be heroes or the most dangerous villains. This movie has them in both forms, and you can enjoy as the good guy takes on the bad. The plot is centered around Choichek, who was part of some super soldier project. However, he managed to escape and was leading a peaceful life. Things changed when he finds out that his other comrades were on a crime spree. It is then up to Choichek to make use of his powers and stop their violent massacre. Jet Li stuns in the role of Black Mask, and he has the support of some excellent actors. Jet Li is involved in some breathtaking action sequences that will keep you on the edge of your seat. Besides the incredible action, this movie does not have much of a plot.
Yeah, it kind of doesn't.
Characters are so enjoyable that you will barely notice this. With a generous dose of martial arts, this movie is laced with some fun moments. All in all, Black Mass can make you experience the flavor of superhero movies from the bygone era. Dead, dude!
Guyver!
Guyver, 1991. Here we have at hand a hero who is a simple young man. However, he finds a mechanical device that merges with his body. When it happens, he gains superhuman powers and is transformed into a cyborg. Soon, he realizes that other powers are trying to take the device back. As the story unfolds, the protagonist sheds light on a secret plot, creating genetically engineered monsters. Now, armed with his superhuman powers, he must stop the evil minds at work. Now, the story offers some blood-curdling moments of action and gore. There is some comic relief in store for you as well, courtesy of some very intelligent writing. The special effects might not have been much to speak about, but with the gripping narrative, you barely notice the flaws. Acting performances are another strong point for this movie, as it derives strength from the likes of Michael Berryman and Mark Hamill. If you are game for a casual movie that will give you a good time, then this one should be on your list.
I forgot the name of this damn movie. I only seen it once.
Mystery Men.
Yeah, Mystery Men. How did I forget that?
1999. Your regular superhero is a swashbuckling fellow with exceptional superpowers.
This was just really weird.
Flips that script. The movie has a set of individuals who are not good enough to become superheroes. They do have certain superhuman qualities, but we're not up to the league of superheroes. But desperate times call for desperate measures. And when the superhero of the town is kidnapped, these heroes must join hands to save everyone from the dangerous villain, Casanova Frankenstein. The production designing for this movie deserves credit, as does the huge sets that have been used. The dialogues are hilarious, and the plot of the movie was way ahead of its time. The movie is severely underrated, mostly due to the critical reception that it received back then. The special effects could not be like the modern-day Avengers movies, but the plot still manages to steal the show. Actors like Ben Stiller, Hank Azaria, William H. Macy, Kel Mitchell, they all exhibit their fine acting skills, making this movie all the more enjoyable to watch. Read it. Wolverine, between the lines. I should get the fuck out of here. Timecop.
Oh, Timecop.
1994.
Probably
great action and a story of
probably one of Van Damme's most highly
with the most entertaining backdrops you could ask for.
It's one of Van Damme's pretty much the most highest grossing movie Van Damme's been in.
Part of a new
and I actually like it a lot.
Time Enforcement Commission. He finds his wife murdered, and the only way to nab the killer is to go back in time. The enemy is a corrupt politician with devious plans. He seeks to change the future by changing the past, and his evil plans must be stopped. Seriously, the action and special effects were top-notch in this movie. One of the high selling points was the intelligent script along with the fine direction. When the movie released in theaters, only a few people knew that it was heavily based on a comic book. And like Jean-Claude Van Damme seldomly disappoints in action movies. Timecop is no exception to that. He is joined by some other great actors like Ron Silver, Mia Sara, and Bruce McGill. There might be some cliches in this story, but it manages to entertain thoroughly with its packed content.
Zorro! Love me some Zorro, y'all.
The Mask of Zorro, 1998. The Mask of Zorro has one of the most endearing stories that you will come across in all of superhero cinema. The original Zorro has been captured by his enemies, but don't worry, he manages to escape prison. When the villain makes his comeback after 20 years, he decides it's time to train a new Zorro who could take up the fight against evil for him. He selects a young thief who is also seeking revenge himself. As he becomes the owner
I thought
of the
Antonio
master
Banderas did a
Zorro,
great job, and
we are
Sir Anthony
forming a
Hopkins
roller coaster
as the original
adventure
De La Vega,
makes
it was
this
great. I
movie
loved it.
all the
And
more
then Catherine,
entertaining.
they better show
Promises a lot
Catherine
of
Zeta
drama
Jones.
and action. The cinematography in this movie is truly inspiring.
Exactly.
So is the brilliant
And just the swordsman,
score.
the sword
Anthony
fighting.
Hopkins, I know, shocker, folks, aces the role as the original Zorro.
Does.
Antonio Banderas, again, are we that surprised?
Spot
Was
on.
brilliant, as he gave his all for the role of the apprentice. This movie had no lack of entertainment and is a fun experience promising a lot of nostalgia. If the idea sounds appealing, make the most of a lazy afternoon by watching this movie.
Dark Man. Sam Raimi's first, his created own character.
1990. A scientist masters the art of skin grafting, but there's a small glitch. If it is exposed to light, the skin would degrade after 99 minutes, rather rapidly. Some gangsters attack the scientist and leave him for dead, where he suffers terrible burns. He now seeks revenge with the synthetic skin. He has the power of taking on the appearance of anyone for 99 minutes. He does have another superpower, though, his immense tolerance for pain. Liam Neeson delivers a stellar performance in this movie with his first leading role. Sam Raimi does a fabulous job with the direction that leaves no boring moments for the audience. The visual effects add to the feel of the movie and help build up an eerie ambiance at times. The musical score deserves a special mention for the brilliant effort. If an exciting revenge story catches
Makeup
your
was
fancy,
good too.
then we assure you that Darkman will not disappoint.
Yeah, The Shadow. Still, to this day, I can watch this movie.
The Shadow.
My all-time favorite pulp era hero.
Sometimes the simplest plots can be the most interesting. The Shadow proved that point with an intriguing narrative. The backdrop of the story is New York City in the 1930s. Shi-Win Kong, the bad guy,
Si Woo Kong,
up
get it
to
right.
no good as he
Sorry.
plans to build an atomic bomb. He is pursued by the Shadow, who engages in some epic battles to foil his evil plans. The story? That's the real star of this movie, as the amazing special effects play the perfect sidekick. The starry cast of the movie put up quite a show with
Alec Baldwin did a great job.
Cranston leading the pack. Terrific performances can be seen by Penelope Ann Miller and
Margot
John
Robbie.
Lone as well. One of the highlights of the movie
Margot Lane,
is
excuse
how
me.
Russell
I said
Mulcahy
Robbie,
and
sorry.
his crew create the 1930s noir feel. The character of the Shadow is shrouded in mystery and keeps the viewers guessing. In a nutshell,
Tim Curry,
it is a
late
beautiful
great Tim
movie
Curry.
that must not be missed at any cost.
And we're gonna end it right there, y'all. Hope you guys enjoyed that video, guys. Like I said, we cut out the first part. You gotta watch that first one if you want. It's ridiculous. I remember that movie too. Like I said before, I have already. By the time this video is gone up, I've already seen it. A lot of these movies I have seen. I haven't seen Black Mask in ages, so I definitely may have to go back to watch that. The original Guyver movie. Like I said before, Guyver is one of my favorite characters from the Land of the Rising Sun, Japan. I love the animes, you know, and the mangas. The original character being Sho Fukumachu, but they Americanized it. The second movie is actually better than the first. Guyver 2: Dark Hero, which stars David Hayter, who voices Snake. Was a better movie. The second one was better than the first. Mask of Zorro, the Legend of Zorro. I enjoyed that run. Sir Anthony Hopkins and Antonio Banderas did a real good job with that character. I'm a huge Zorro fan as well, and it did two movies, and I keep hearing they're doing a remake or something later on, and it's supposed to be in a post-apocalyptic. I'm like, don't do that. But I really enjoyed the whole concept of Anthony Hopkins is the original Zorro, de la Vega, and he trains a successor to take over the role, which is great. And then you had the Mystery Men. I only seen once, and I didn't really like it. I thought it was like an offshoot of Great Lake Avengers. That's kind of what I was getting the gist of. I was like, this is Great Lake Avengers, just not. What else they had on here? The Phantom. I didn't mind the Phantom. The Phantom. If I was doing, I actually did a list of my top 10 favorite pulp era heroes. The Phantom is right. He's right above. He's number 2 on my list before the Shadow. Shadow comes first. I love the Shadow. I didn't mind the concept of the Phantom movie, the first movie, the '94 movie, because the one thing I will always give credit for the Phantom movie is that's where I first got to see the lovely Catherine Zeta-Jones. So yeah, that's always going to be a case for me with that movie. Like, I got to see Catherine Zeta-Jones in that. Billy Zane, I give him a lot of credit. He did a pretty decent job to portray Kit Walker. What my nitpicks about the movie is that he was able to see his father's ghost. I was like, nah, that made him look kind of weird, you know. And then every time cats would be looking at him like, who are you talking to? And I didn't like that. But everybody else, as for Treat Williams, I thought it was just weird at times. And Timecop, I love Timecop. That's actually one of my favorite Van Damme movies. It's probably his most highest grossing movie, because there's no other movie outside of Timecop that has done successfully well at the box office like Timecop did. And the narrator in this video said a lot of people didn't know that this is based off a comic. I knew exactly. I was like, Timecop. And I think it also spawned a couple of sequels. I know Jason Scott Lee was in the sequel and things like that, but I really enjoyed Timecop. I thought it was great. I thought it was fun. These movies and Darkman. Darkman is another one that's just great. I love Darkman. You got to see Sam Raimi just really showcase the future of what he's gonna do in a superhero movie. And what was really cool at the end of that movie, you got to see one of his good friends, Bruce Campbell, in disguise that was Darkman, but in disguise, which I thought was really cool. I was like, hey, Bruce Campbell, you know. This was Liam Neeson's first leading role, and I really enjoyed it. It spawned 2 other sequels, The Return of Durant, and I forgot what the third one was called, but Arnold Vosloo took over the role of Hayden after, because Liam Neeson didn't do the other ones. And they were fairly good, you know, but, you know, nothing compared to the first one. The first one's the only one that came out in the movie theaters, actually. And I'll never forget that first one. People ask me all the time, Chris, would you like a remake of Darkman? I kind of say no. But then I'm like, if Sam Raimi's involved in it, then I'll be okay with it. But Shadow, the Phantom, those are 2 characters I would love to get a new series, a new movie, or a Netflix series based on them. You could do a better story of showcasing these characters in a Netflix or style series or something like that. I would kill for a Phantom TV series or a Shadow TV series. Especially keep it in the same time period. Don't modernize them. Keep it right in the same period. It will work. But that last one, guys, trust me, you better go watch. Well, guys, I ran my mouth off long enough. I hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, this is Mount Vernon Kid, your alpha baby. Peace and love. Stay tuned. Keep it real. As always, deuces.